I just stopped by our house today. Just got done filming up at Sanford Dam. And yeah, it is definitely downpouring, but I wanted to see how things looked. Actually, I wanted to see where all the water was draining. So a lot of water draining in this area over this way and down the driveway. Kind of just following that path. The pond is definitely filling up as well. I'll probably include some of that video a little bit later on this video of some of the time lapse of that filming. And the garage is pretty much completely full of water. You can see a lot of that water leaking from right down up along this beam, it looks like, coming down from the second floor. So it's definitely raining in our house. Nothing we can really do about that though. The guys were supposed to be here roofing today, but you really can't start roofing in the rain. We want that particle board to be dried out a little bit, not put shingles right on top of it. So you might be able to see we have blocking in place now. Jessica and I went through and kind of marked out where we wanted everything. For instance, in this bathroom, this is probably an area that we would want towel bars there, maybe a towel bar here, and a spot down here next to the toilet for the toilet paper roll holder. So all that sort of stuff looks like they got all the blocking in place. And they also have some doors. You probably may have even seen this. I glanced right over it. We have our door that comes from the garage into our kind of mudroom area. And we'll keep walking through the house a little bit more. We don't have our sliding door yet, or these other windows. Those should be coming in about 2 weeks. When we met with our builder on Friday, we did mark out where we wanted our rough electric to be. You might be able to see a lot of stuff marked with outlets, and so there will be TV up there above the fireplace and outlets down here by the windows now. So we got a rough idea of where we want that and how many can lights we want in here. And here is the other big door. So this will be our front entrance door, is now installed in as well. So that looks really nice. Getting there. The one from the outside into the garage is not in yet. Let me just peek through the garage and I'll show you where that one's at. So what I'm talking about is this one over here in this corner of the garage. They still have to go ahead and install that one yet. We have a lot of water coming off the top of the roof. Like I said, you can see it seems like it likes to pool in this office area. And also pretty much where all the peaks are ending on the house, they like to pool. Also in our master over here in this area, a lot of rain coming down as well. Again, more blocking in place. And yeah, things are gonna look a lot different when they get the rest of these windows in. And we'll run upstairs real quick. See what things look like up here. A lot of water in this bedroom. A lot, especially in this closet. You can kind of see what happens. It just kind of runs down the sheeting when it finds a gap in the sheeting there. Just comes right inside of the house. Let's see if we can actually see the pond from here. Yep, you can see the pond way back there in the background. Can't see any water in it yet though. That topsoil, the piles of that are kind of right in the way yet. Might be just getting to the point that we'll start to be able to see it. I'm guessing there's probably about 10 or 15 feet of water in there right now. And look in this direction, we can see all of the water flowing down this ditch over there. So looks like all this water kind of flows out of our property, especially all around the house where we have it banked up around the house now, and heads that direction. So we'll probably try to keep grading it in that direction over to that ditch. Really don't want to put too much of it in the pond right now. We could actually take a lot of this water and drain it to the pond, but I'm thinking that's probably going to have no problem filling it up, and I want it to fill up nice and slow right now, because if it fills up slow, I do want the excavating company, Finney Trucking, to come back and maybe take the pond on this end, the shallow end, down a little bit deeper. But just doing it with the bulldozer, taking some of that clay and bulldozing it around this outside edge, to create that little bit of a deeper area over there. I'd like the pond to be 3 foot in all areas at all times of the year. Might not be able to get that if it evaporates a little bit during the summertime. But if the pond fills up, we're not going to be able to do that. It's going to be all full of water, and I don't think it's really worth pumping the water out of the pond to get that little bit deeper. Other than that, yeah, all this water is draining this direction over there to the ditch. And a lot of it's draining along the driveway too. So the rest of the upstairs looks like a little bit more water in this room. I did notice though there's a lot of it that ends up in the garage in that office area right here. You might be able to see it trickling off that subfloor, and that drops straight down there into the garage area. Let me pop over here. Keep walking through all these walls. Won't be able to do that much longer. But yeah, there's kind of an area right there that it comes right down the sheeting and drops straight down there into the office and garage area. That's where a lot of our water is coming right now. But this was not meant to be a long update. I probably will include this with some other videos. Probably will include some of the roofing in this video, because I'm guessing they will be here a little bit later this week. Still like looking at this view out that window, imagining that's where the pond is right there, and that's going to look really nice when that gets filled up and we have our windows in. Looks like we had some really high winds this weekend, like 40-mile-per-hour winds. Looks like it ripped off a little bit of the wrap, so some of the framers might have to come back and fasten that up, but they will be back anyways to install those windows, so I'm sure they'll do that at that time. But yeah, that's just going to be this quick little video. Let me actually run down to the basement real quick. Not like you guys will be able to see much down here because of how dark it is, but we are losing a little bit of snow. Still a little bit down here, but not a whole lot. See, you might be able to see a little bit of that snow down here now. And these steps are actually still floating so that they can go ahead and pour the concrete in here. They do have a propane tank outside now, so hopefully we'll be getting heat in here real soon, getting this all heated up so that they can go ahead and pour the basement floor. They're going to be pouring this concrete floor at the same time that they probably do the garage floor. Let me pick up the crock real quick. Let's take a look in here. Looks like the gravity drain's working. That green pipe down there. Water has not gotten any higher than it is right now. Where it's draining into that ditch back there though, I did go back and check that out, and it's almost coming over the top of that gravity drain pipe. So that just goes to show how much water we're actually getting out here right now. I don't know if I ever showed the windows down here as well, our egress windows, so those are all in. Looks like there's a lot of water pooling up out there right now, but that should be going through that perforated drain pipe and down into the footing tile. I'm going to just share a quick little bit of drone video right here at the end of this video so you guys can see how much water there is on the property. So this was filmed on 2/17 of 2022, so a couple days prior to me being out there in person. See how much water is out here standing in the field, and then we'll fly over to the house real quick and see how much water is around the house area. And then this next shot is actually over the driveway. So right here you can see how some of that water is trapped on the one side of the driveway, not flowing over. We ended up putting a culvert in there, 10-inch culvert, to drain that water over. And the pond keeps filling up more and more. We can see where that water is draining into that area. And this is the area over here where we ended up taking a lot of sand for around the outside of the house. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below.